So the task is to update this newer version and kind of get back into programming the multiplayer. We could run the old server, or we could just try to get the new one running. So obviously we need PuTTY for we can connect to the Raspberry Pi and the Linux server. You could also try to like go on a tangent and program on a Linux computer the game. There's other tangents. Trying to get Oracle server to work, or the server running on a cell phone. All these like server things. But the client has a different problem. It needs the text render to work. So first, on this what I'm going to be doing, kind of brainstorming on the TCP server. I also need a lobby server for creating lobbies. Oh, just gives me like this basic crap. Let's see, let's tell it to be a little bit more intelligent. Because of the Flash, I noticed that the Flash has gotten to be cheaper. This new Flash crap that they keep pushing. Pro, reasoning, math, and code. Yeah, let's try the Pro. Or have to be like all specific, but this is just TCP stuff. We're trying to do UDP here. Now I have the notes I wrote of all the new stuff I need to do. Now really what I need to do is just read with the code I have. This common multiplayer 5. And I have some build errors. I just kind of spaghetti coded a few things yesterday. I don't even have the text render. Like it's trying to get like an Atlas class that doesn't exist. Which is great because there's a few classes missing. And it's like the missing stuff is the stuff that I was building. The texture sprite Atlas Loader class. Let's see. I guess maybe run the server, who cares? Just start somewhere. So the server is like a UDP dedicated. This is not the V3000. It should actually detect pretty soon. I should make code detect that this is Raspberry Pi or this is V3000, so to have custom code for both. What I wanted to do is check out a few source bases at least of generals and this other one. But I need to build a list. Sandbox engines list type. I have a few engines in here like Spring, Lock, and Raylib, obviously, OpenAL. Some are better than others for things. Flocks. Yeah. Okay. Let's just get into the text rendering part. I think something stupid flew into the coffee. Alright, so makes me think I should have just went to the gym. Then I ate like food, drive-through, and that just like was like, oh, I don't want to do anything now. Inmate curl. What are we going to do about inmate curl? Like the other project has inmate curl. This has turned into a behemoth of a solution. API endpoints. What does this return? Does it give me like all the servers I can run? Kinda. Okay. So the code one gave me an actual sample here. I doubt that this will compile a Raspberry Pi, but we should try it. And it has a mutex. Oh, nice. Alright, so let's fire this up. Make a chat lobby, Bard, code, TCP, server 1. Let's give it some kind of name. Chat lobby, Bard, TCP, server 1-main. It's good to have app and like do all these like other things and have header files. But usually you start these out. It's better to like have an organized folder. So when it forks off. I was doing these before. And I could like go read the multiplayer book again. There's a lot of stuff about these chat servers. But the problem becomes is like having your own tech versus using somebody else's enets and Steam sockets and all that. You could use Steam sockets, but if you wrote your own sockets, you'll use Steam sockets properly. Because I was watching the Godot Steam SDK implementation, and they can't use Steam sockets properly because they don't know how to code it. Because the guy that does the API integration, he's not a networking guy. He probably knows what the answer is, what they asked him, but why is the packets not in the right order? And it's because networking is like knowing everything and networking. How do you integrate network into a bunch of engines? Oh, you have to know all the engines. You don't have the time. All right, so this, Clang, GCC, G++. We could try to compile this first on the other machine for fun. So use the other machine up. So it says remote desktop to Ubuntu. How do I check the Ubuntu version? I don't want to do it on this machine. It's like ask this machine. So on this machine, we have like really fast Windows 7. You just like trash it with things to do. It only has 16 megabytes RAM, but a pretty good video card. But something happened with the BIOS settings. Shit, I shouldn't have told it that, but whatever. Brock will figure that out. Brock. Alright, so he's multi-threaded context isn't safe. That's pretty funny. So what Bard wrote, no timeout. So, let me see. Yeah, that's this setting. Interesting. I'm actually happy I pasted this in. So then you have to go and do like a bunch of book studying about all these maps. I do have the website on the other computer. should open it just for fun. There's different ways of writing a TCP server. Go to BJ's guide. Just start here. More from a networking perspective, network encoder perspective with RFC, the old school. Oh yeah, we could do IPv6. That's right, the firewall is doing that. And it talks about this stuff. I have plenty of resources, we just don't have all the time in the world. But these are good, like, little side notes to have. What do we want to ask it? Oh yeah, how do we check the Ubuntu version? What Linux command will check the Ubuntu version? Because I forgot what version it is. I want to compile source on it and a few other things. I think I have the font renderer compiled on it. Some other font renderer. I want to take a look at how that one works. So I got the implementation code already kind of like cooked. I just need to like remerge it into this version. And this, I have like 2 classes for some reason. I need to rip out these classes. But really, what I forgot to do on this one is check how I'm doing this, how I'm pushing it onto the video card. I'm using vector array. Now some people are recoding all their engines not to use this STD vector. I know the evils of it are memory allocation. So it's like now I have to consider that too. Like I'm doing this optimization which isn't that. The thing about the code base like this is like you can hand it off to somebody and they could pretty much figure it out. It's very like mod. Alright. So we have 6 vertices optimized. My other one isn't even that optimized. It's the 2D game. Why is the 3D game more optimized than the 2D game? Whatever. It would be nice, because I have the other Raspberry Pi also running. I can't doing shit. Not doing shit, but it's being buggy. I need to connect the keyboard to it. It's on. No, it's not on this computer. It's on the other computer. Yeah, like every computer almost has a Raspberry Pi connected to it almost. I was gonna put them inside the computers and have them be like servers and run. Oh, come on. They died. Yeah. I don't know if please on here. Yeah, I should call the Raspberry Pi to it. It's like a better with the CDMA. Like CD-ROM. I just took a CD-ROM and drilled some holes through it. Put some Home Depot mechanical screws through it. And there you go, Raspberry Pi case. No 3D printer, no nothing. What Linux command will check Ubuntu version? Such a dumbass. It's easier just to go like this. It looks like it to me that Ellis USB release A, like destroy the USB host. It's not like list copy paste in between them. Okay, that's good. It's 20. Oh, nice. It's good that it's 20. All right. How would we just make a folder? Yeah, I think I was trying to compile OpenGL TF on this. I think I wasn't successful yet. What is programming in RTS? Well, it's quite a bit of lag like this. It's also because the stream, damn it. If I wasn't streaming, it'd be nice and crisp. I need to like buy a roll of Cat 5. Okay. What if we pasted this shit in there? It would take a little while to like do this by hand, but oh wow, yeah, this is stupid. It will make me look through the code better though. Yeah, it'd be better to SSH through SFTP and just FileZilla everything. Or just GitHub it. So, really what I want to do is compile the TCP server. I think it wrote it in Linux, yeah. It didn't write it in Windows. It's kind of funny. It's biased. I'm writing sudo nano all in one time. Shit. Yeah, I generated it. Alright, and then we have to do we really need to like input this command. I need to ask it. Shit. It's so bad when it does this, like it does weird shit. Where's the damn command? Okay. Need this command to be in here. Oh god. It just, yeah. It's just bad what happened there. Very bad. is like a quad core, like pretty low end laptop, like 4 gigs of RAM. No, not this thing. Yeah, what the hell am I doing? What's this thing? Alright, I get why it like named it something else. I want it to be named chat server when it compiles because I'm lazy. But, it's like the first compile, whatever. Did it work? Okay, good. Okay, so it runs. I guess. I don't know what it does yet. That's good. Okay, we have a chat server running. Now let's take this. I'll make another version here. Name it Grok. Pull it off the other computer. If it has it, did it give us like a full-blown file? Should have. Bonus client test code. Okay, we'll take that. Take that birthday. Why? Bonus client code. Name that CDKey. Suggested improvable format summary. Fuck, we have to like actually merge this. Didn't give me a full listing. I don't think the please helps. I think it anti-helps. Alright, it can. Without me having to like... Whether or not it does it right is also like... just chance. I don't know, watching about like AI, how it does it or something. Basically, it doesn't think like us or something like that. This looks spaghetti garbage, like something's missing in it. Just tell. Network code should be longer. Alright, so we have this. We have a UDP server running. We have some test TCP client chat stuff that I just conjured out of like AI fantasy land. Let's just fix renderer. Yeah, that's all I need to know. There's 6. Like, let's go to the definition here. Yeah, it's just main vertices, and really, main vertices has 6 attributes. X, Y, Z. There's no W. What the hell? UVs and then the type. Super simple on that. Now, one of the reasons it's like that is because it helps to expand on top of it in different directions later. Like once you have this like bulk of code, you don't want to have a really complicated shader and thinger. You could expand on it and just add more arrays of vertice attributes. Only 6 are used, or 3 and 3. So you have a lot more to like mod later. it's not very, try to, and also maybe port this to Raspberry Pi. If I can make a really simple RTS just on these concepts. But first I would need to like figure out how to do the multiplayer. I was watching this one RTS game yesterday. Damn it, I forgot the name. I was like in a Discord channel somehow, abruptly for no reason. Alright, let's see, the text renderer. Now, I have a text renderer kind of working and doing the same thing already in a different engine. It uses draw elements array. This uses draw arrays, I believe. But it's almost the same, like it has a vector main vertices. I need to port this from an array of floats that got allocated with malloc. I have a field text that displays the text, and then I have a font text, which is like this thing, that loads up the font into a sprite sheet. Then I merge it into something like this, text plus sprites equals sprites and text texture. So I have like an atlas of both. And this is not done yet, obviously, and then I like kind of rushed and just was really sleepy and just added the AI version of this code. So I have this like half done or something. And then I have it kind of fully done on the other computer with different little twists to it. It's just more attributes basically. I have to rip out. Okay, so you don't need it like here like this. It doesn't really matter that I'm doing it here like this because this is not used for rendering. But the problem is when you forget the concept, and it's really easy to do with this like crazy just injected code. And it has 4 attributes for some reason. The other one has 6. Yeah, so this, the text cached version had 8, or 4 and 4. What I need is one that does 6. And here's how it builds the texture coordinates. Later you could also subdivide because you have a bigger atlas. Okay. Let's take a look. Side. All right, I need to, okay, so this also like ended up having its own sub-project just for the text rendering system. It's great, you know, like when you're like trying to do one little thing and you're making big old projects that end up just being just as huge as the game you're making. But then you later make tools, you'll be like really good at coding or something. Now, because a lot of the games, like when Age of Empires came out, like the games with the good map editors, like StarCraft 2's map editor and StarCraft's map editor was kind of crazy. So was Red Alert 3's. And Red Alerts. Some were better than others. Some were like crazier and better than others. And that sort of determines the game's growing, forceful growing of popularity. Like there's no unstoppable popularity, basically I call it. Because then you know what's going to map it. Like they get bored of the original game, but they love the game, so they make it down a level. So here we have text, but it doesn't change. I believe I had another text renderer where it does change. And I had to port it into here. So there's like 3 text renderer projects I'm like in the middle of. And I just needed this directory to be open. So I can go into graphics, find the text field class, and mostly copy paste what I have in here. So the class itself looks like this. There's a quad index, a vertex index. What the text is, its current text render class, or it's actually not the text render, it's the font sprite atlas generated class. That way I can have more than one sprite atlas. But I haven't even thought about the fact that I could load more sprite atlases. In this one, what it does, how it's different than the other one. In the other one, I mean, in the one I have on the screen, what it does is it loads the font texture. It's not a signed distance one. I do have a signed distance one, but that's like the next step. But I need this one to work, and this one has the fonts correctly positioned. So if I have them correctly positioned, for the SDF one, for some reason they don't correctly position because of some other thing. And I think if I merge the two, if I merge FT build with the SDF one, I will get it to position right and to generate the sign distance field atlas. This is what I noticed, like some guy was doing a video tutorial. Let me pull it up. So it wasn't Esteban. Well, Esteban's tutorial is good. It's quite long. This guy, I believe it was this guy. Yeah, I'll be able to tell. Oh, why is it an AI generated summary? What the fuck? Yeah, so he says he has his own. Yeah, so that this doesn't help. I mean, it helps to visualize a few things, but it doesn't help in terms of like, how do I put this into my game? And the thing he does is like, he prostitutes his own thing for, so you buy his Unity crap on his Patreon. Oh, there's some shadow thing. Yeah, so basically you watch this, it'll give you a lot of the rundowns. And I do have an example that'll do the SVG also. I just want to see what this SVG is. Oh, okay. So he SVG's a letter. Whoops. So if you look at the raw here, oh no, view source. Yeah, that's what the file really is. It's vector. So there's you could also have your letters be SVGs, and SVGs is ones that could do animation and one that could do color. The one I have, I believe, is only black and white, but it's also like a start. And then I could just maybe, there's a lot of SVG libraries on GitHub, so that's like a whole, like another field where like get an SVG, you generate the sign distance field. You take somebody else's SVG library, figure out how to do colors, and then you figure out how to do animation. So the rabbit hole goes very deep with SVG, all from sign distance field fonts, which is what Valve uses. So Valve, I think, uses the just grayscale. So one channel, like I would be able to still use this alpha trick that I used here. But the RTS game that we're doing this for today, we have to just put it on a different part of the sprite sheet. So we could later upgrade it to assign distance field, or have an option to where if it's running on Raspberry Pi, don't use sign distance field, so the GPU calculations are as minimal as possible, and just take that red channel or whatever. Yeah, kind of hacking this line. So here we have the text renderer class predefined. So this should be fine in terms of the definition. And this should go into this field class. All right, here I wanted it to make as long as possible for extra malloc. Let's do this. I'm gonna change this. Default quads num. So this is actually what the text length is called. So it's kind of like they're fighting each other. Who's the Alright, so we've just got upgraded via copy paste. And then we're going to use class 2. We should use class 2 and leave class 1 kind of alone to take a look at. It's a little ugly way of doing it, but I don't think we have a much of better choice here, because of the fact text loader font class, really. That's what it should be called. Text font load font. I don't know. Okay. What about the field text? Oh yeah, this has nothing in it yet. They're a little going to be different, but one little fix we need up here, quad cache text class 2. Then here, we're just gonna straight up start copy pasting. Out of this shit. Just fixing little things, but there's not a lot of code though. There really isn't a lot of code. Only what? Like 700 lines. And a few little fixes. Yeah, so we'll assume that the string length is like 40 for now. Figure that out later. DB type. Why isn't it not registering up? Because we have bullshit. Why? Like, didn't I copy paste this right? Okay, I need to copy paste right. I need to learn how to copy paste again. Alright, good. Set text, yada yada yada. It's actually about 40 characters right there, and that's a pretty good test. And then the other pretty good test is just cap characters, I guess. It's a subtle test. because those are the most characters you're going to use. The other characters, whatever, for now. Like, when you're starting out, your game doesn't have much. Alright, so next we need whatever comes next. I believe the AI wrote some deallocation stuff. There is some deallocation stuff that we need to worry about, but damn it. Yeah, we need to worry about a few allocation things. Let's just allocate 40, I guess. Since we're trying to make this, we're going to ghetto allocate this. Where is the thing? Did I just delete it? I think I did. I know what I deleted though. That's so stupid that I did that, but whatever. I guess I'm going to call it text field. It's kind of stupidish name. It wants you to call it null pointer for some reason. Sometimes though, I just do 0 because it's the most compatible and the most understandable way to set a null pointer. Set it to an integer value of 0. It's understandable for the computer and both the human. The AI thinks, oh, this is bad because you just fucking didn't give a crap. And it's like, you kind of did. It's just semantically not nice. So this, I guess, times size of... We have to get this right though. Paste this into AI, use the double. Sure, assurances. malloc is one of those functions. He'll know what I'm referring to here. I don't think it does because 1 byte equals 1 integer. Like, it's assumed to be bytes. But so if it's a float, it's 4 bytes, so you have to multiply, times the size of char, which should be 1 byte. So size of char, reserved keyword size of will return 1 out of the keyword reserved char into this malloc, and then times it by the string length, which will still be 40, and then allocate it here. One fix though, let's just put +1 here for safety concerns. Like, I've seen Koki do a wall. He called it a wall or something, or a brick, or a guard wall. There we go. So put guard walls in places. So if you're allocating memory, if something fucks up, you got a little guard wall right there. 4 bytes, whatever it was. He was doing some complicated stuff with his own 3D modeling format. I wanted to see the specs, but I guess he was hosting it locally. I didn't have the sleepiness to like watch through all of it. Oh, good. They're spamming. And all right, so field text equals, they wanted us to do this. So I guess if the class gets destroyed, we could do a free. We might as well have a free, which is the opposite of malloc. There's also calloc. I think calloc's a little more better to use because it's advanced. All right, so now let's just add this. We just added a free keyword. You could actually write stuff like, there's some weird, funny stuff I was able to find you could write. You could write stuff like this, just like a variable name and a semicolon. Like, what does it do? I don't know. But it does. The compiler doesn't care. Yeah, it's funny to me because it is funny because it's just like their code. People learn how to code. They're all worried about this code. And these coders come in and they're like, let's see what the compiler can just be shoved down its throat with garbage. Alright, so this is interesting because this glide vertex thing is not made by me, it's made by AI. I really don't want to use it because it's garbage, it's total trash. And here is where we have to do a little bit of thinking. There's two functions. Oh no, update function wasn't even ready yet on this. It was only just allocate. But we will have to write an update function here. We only have to worry about one more function really. But that's not it. We have to work on getting the merger to work, which there is code for, but alright, so vertex index. You got it. Oh no, there's also set text function, but it's like super straightforward. There's like nothing we have to do there. It said for like copy and check if it was allocated. So if it wasn't allocated, we just don't. Alright, we have this renderer. I don't know what I'm going to do to that. If the renderer is not initialized. So this is more of this this kind of, I want to call it Android-ish code. You've got this context there that holds the Android or the Windows window, the Android app or the Windows window structure. It's just sort of like the same main entry point thing. We both have Android as Android underscore main entry point, and Windows has Win main entry point, and Linux has main entry point. Console and Windows has main entry point. Okay, so what are we going to do here? Let's just do a little bit of easy stuff first. It's going to be replacing string length. Yeah, we don't want it to do this per se right now. We don't have a back forth thing. That's fine though. This is the thing. Alright, I'm just going to fix all the easy errors first, because then it's easier to think about the rest. Alright, so that's the easy stuff. Second harder thing is this. We have to just get rid of this for now. I don't really need it. What we will do these UI elements. Main menu button 1. How do we just get the global context here? We get the main vertices like this using an extern and the VBO and the number of attributes. So you have to use this style because this is going to go later here. And these UI elements are going to use that text. It's like, why can't we work on the server? Well, because the client doesn't have any text. I mean, it does when you print it to console, but that's like cheating. So the field text class. Like this. Take that. Okay. We don't even worry about index here, though. We just worry about the VBO. VAO, who cares? So we might not need quad index. We just don't have this really. Huh. So we have to modify that portion of it too. Do it like this. It is getting a little sloppy, but I really always keep telling myself I need to like do code refactoring day. And I never do. I just do code more day. So I don't know. So this is really how it accesses the renderer. That's how I know it's initialized. There's shit here. Alright, let's just get this up and running. This is where we're going to run into a problem here. This is basically this crap. I don't have anything to do with this. This could be incremented, I don't care. But this code, I need to mark it somehow. This was VBO code. Alright. Okay, that's good enough. Alright, now we gotta push vertices main. Is our atlas the same here? No. Our atlas, these numbers are different. So let's go check out our numbers first. We have to go into this class. Now, the glyph is 64. Yeah, if we downsize this, we could have more fonts. Let's screw all that. So we do have some space left, but it's like we need more icons later too. So the way to solve that is the GPU has another extension. You could like load a bunch of textures and it could like figure it out somehow. But let's try to make a game where, I don't know. It'll just have limited amount of sprites. Alright, so this one will be 1024. And then we have a sprite map too to worry about. So we know one of the values is 1024, I think. Final texture width. Atlas width. think our atlas width is this. And this can't be lower than that, so it has to be this. And we could double check that real quick. So the sprite tile map atlas, this already loads, and I printed it out, it works. I wanted to actually have that working, this thing. What's this code? Oh, it's in that curl main thing. Not curl image downloader. Yeah, there's also a curl image downloader. So we could have textures coming in from a asset server in the game. Or online cloud. Whatever. So like the next thing to upgrade in the sprite tile atlas manager and the merger would be like, oh, what if we got rid of textures and put new ones in? Okay. I mean, there could be 8 textures, so it should be enough, really. As long as the models themselves don't like overkill. But there's not going to be models for a little while. Alright, so I need to do curl main. Okay, this shit. We really need to like put this in there. At least for later. The idea. Do this. Then missing one little piece of the puzzle. This. So I have to figure out if I'm going to do callback or just straight up make it synchronous. Curl is not mounted here though. No. It's okay though. What is this crap? Oh, that's stupid. It's kind of crazy putting a curl class inside of image atlas thing, but whatever. Does this load? Yeah, it should be there. Yeah, so this is the sprite class. It has to merge these PGN files and then merge it into a texture with the text files. And these files are 128 by 128, and the texture ones are 64 by 64. So like a few little complications, but they're not so complicated that it's complicated. We could still index everything pretty simply. All right. What's the next order of business here? The arrows should just tell us, really. Okay, it's the text structure. Okay, this is the individual text class. This was the other field class, and this, what's nice is the other piece of the puzzle, which is basically the change text structure. So when we need to update the text, we have this structure, and it holds the indexes, which is why I wrote the class, so I wouldn't have to kind of do this, but sometimes you need the text change structure smaller around in different places, so we might get deprecated and just pass around the class itself. Okay. Yeah, change text structure too. Are we gonna need this crap? Yeah, this is like started looking really ugly. And we have this state render engine thing, which I don't think I use that. Yeah. So there's little different styles of doing this. Then we needed the texture structure, not the change text structure, the character quad cache structure. So this has the float coordinates. Now I had the coordinates defined differently in the other one. I just defined them as like this. UVX0, UVX1, UVY0, and UVY1. They're just basically for floats. Like this. Character text cached. It might be even called the same thing. Alright. Let's take this guy and rename that thing that's like complaining. Why is this not defined? I don't really need this crap. So I will comment it out. It pisses me off and I just don't want to deal with it. This change text structure 2 is defined. Oh. So we can just get rid of that error for no reason. Whatever it's. Character cache quad 2. Get rid. We will need this class for the font loader, and it shouldn't be generating a texture for its own, even though it could. Like it could still reference the main texture, but let's not reference it on purpose. So we're not calling it up this. It should be referencing its offset or something. Like it shouldn't be doing this at all. And why is it doing this shit? It is doing this crap. Maybe because I wanted it to draw first. And then like test it out and then do it. What I'll have to do very quickly, just kind of, so all we really need is Atlas data, Atlas width too, and height. We got this crap. It's a little unfortunate to call it like 2, cache click text 2. This makes it look ugly code, but alright, we only have a few more things before this starts spawning itself. Character quad cat, okay, yeah, it's a little different name. CH text renderer class. Current text font class. Character cache thing is going to be where it puts all these cached and coordinates of the characters into this thing. Characters text quad renderer. Just basically a font loader, but whatever. The bearing, the height. Now different characters like Hindi or some other languages that are written backwards may not work. We're just kind of prototyping here. So here's a few little nuances. I forget what order I put them in, so let's just check. So width and left and top and rows. So this is X, this is Y, this is X, and this is Y. Okay, that's all I need to worry about, and later we'll worry about the order. It's like, if it's like flipped upside down, it's a really fast, easy fix. It's not a fast, easy fix, it's like the order. So just to keep this kind of like, oh, this is what it was. And texture chords 0. So maybe a few of these have to be flipped. All right, now we get to the vertices and UV coordinates. So we're going to be pushing to main vertices, and there's only 6 of them. And here, there's like 8 of them. So really, this should look like this. There's also a Z position. This is the Z position. It'll just be 0.0 for now. All right, then we'll push the UVs and the type. The Z position can be modified. Yeah, the type here is on a different like order. It's at the end. On the other one, it's on the end on the main vertices, and then there's also another VBO for UVs, but on this VBO, it's all on one float vector. It's always fun when you get good enough to kind of make that choice. X position. The next one is going to be Y position plus the height. A lot of this is like just accurate copy paste. Or just masochist copy paste. That should take this entire line. Do this. Okay, so we have 3 vertices done. 1, 2, 3. And we have to do 6, I believe. Why? Because we can't recycle. We can't recycle with indices. We cannot recycle with indices. So what we do is we do 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, and then we do 0, 2, 3. So there's 3. So we did 0, 1, 2. So different here. Okay. And after that, we have to repeat 0 because we're drawing 2 triangles next to each other making a box. I'm sorry, my fingers aren't very good triangles. Ugh, like this. There's a picture somewhere the AI drew. But whatever. Where is it? Damn it. There's pictures in here that I drew also with text. It's really good to draw pictures and comments. Okay, so so did 1. We really need this comment to be like nicely aligned here. So is this 1? Yeah. That matches, X, Y, 1, okay, it matches, good. Now we need 2, I believe, because the indices tell us here, 0, 2, 3, yeah. And now we need the 2 here, so we just kind of skip the 1, paste it into here, and we have the 3. Nice, okay, perfect. Now we have to build up the 3. Make sure we do it right. Screw this up, it's gonna look weird, and I'm not gonna. It's hard to tell, like, what the hell happened. Why? So this winding order, clockwise and counterclockwise. The idea is to know what you're doing. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you're like, oh, I'm sleepy, I just need to get this code done. And that's what happens after like 4 p.m. All right, so we get that right, assumptionally. Then we got this fucking crap. So in this crap, it just sets everything to 0. It's like an allocator, like let's say it's a space, or we don't know what the text is, but we know we need more blocks. We might as well just write this, just for practicing sakes. And instead of 4, it has 6. So it's a little tricky. But let's just copy, paste. Let's just copy, paste 2 of them. It's just sticking zeros inside there. We need the type to stay in there. Everything else is zeroed out, I guess. But it should work, because all it is blanks. The type would be nice if the blanks were, if the type changed, type blank, which we should incorporate. Make it 3010. I believe our type is 3000 that we're running on this shader. It's just some if statement variable. It's like, if it's this, it's text. So draw text in the shader. So there's only like one shader. There's one over shader. And that way we don't need to like worry about multiple shaders and some other stuff we could recycle. One pass. Yeah. Faster. I don't know what this VO1 thing does. Oh, it does something with this. So really, we don't need this. Simply because it's just wasting CPU. Some of this is wasting CPU here for this index thing, but it's not that bad. It only does this once, but later in the update we will need. All right, so let's see. So we need set text. Let's just try to complete this in the pilot. Set text is very simple. Like I said, it just str copies. I didn't say that part, I think. It just sets it. And then it only updates if upload to GPU is set. Because update to GPU means we've run that VBO. Because if it tries to copy it in there, and this text, CZ text is not allocated. Oh, if it tries to update, and there was no insertion yet, it's just going to update some weird shit on the screen, like that starts at 0, or some other error thing. It's like, usually it's like, we could call it unpredictable behavior, but we can't predict it. But it's just like, basically it tells it, don't do it. Somehow programmer, the player programmer tries to do that. All right. So we can update the text before we allocate it and change the position and stuff. Argument construct, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so WinMG also kind of complained about this, but it warned me. I usually just do that and go to vote. There's a more proper way to do that, but whatever. It's kind of like this, like why is this complaining? Integers required to call printf. This is not going to be an integer, it's going to be an address. Integers required to call printf actual type. Like what the hell is going to happen here? It's going to get an address, not an integer passed into param2, when an integer is required to call print. Actual type is class blah blah. We can like fix that a little bit. Maybe void star would just satisfy its stupidity. Yeah, okay, void star will. No, it won't. Alright, it doesn't like that. Let's just keep it void star. It's the most safest. Alright, let's just see what it doesn't like anymore. Alright, take a little break. Alright, I'll just run this for now. Oh yeah, I need to like run this more. Where is the ground? What the hell? Is this the 10th project? No, this is the 11th. We should be seeing the ground. Maybe I made it not draw last time. Yeah. Oh, I forgot the controls. Okay. Alright, so that was the server running. Should we launch it? For fun. Alright, I need a text renderer. I might end the stream soon. Because it's like, to do a few more other things. See, but this was kind of a good start today. We kind of got back into the whole thing. See what errors we get. Yeah, there's no image buffer. Alright, so we need this buffer to get image data from the quad cached class. We should make it alright. Should make a quad cache class too. Or if we remove the old one and insert the new one. Buffer image data. We won't need these. Figure out what Atlas data is doing. Why we can't even see it. So it's declared here. So let's like do this. Alright, so that makes it a little better. It's kind of why I set a second class, mainly because I was going to do this, which isn't a big change actually, but there is like this individual text that's like being thrown away. Okay, this isn't that name. Oh, this change text structure things going away. So what if we uncomment this? We won't even need this. Doesn't get used anywhere. Because I need to deprecate, refactor, get rid of all this. So I have a quad cache text thing that works, but it's not the right system. Okay, we don't need this. The in-texture ID has to be equal to the merger class. What happens with this merger class? Does it even load the texture? No. Not even defined. The thing I need to write is these classes. Which I have in the other one, but it's not doing it right. Okay. Bunch of weird, crazy crap. That's like loading it into the buffer and changing only parts of the buffer, but that's the other way of the float malloc way of doing it. For some reason. Yeah, this is what we need. This thinger. Does it enable any kind of alpha blending? But it does do a texture allocation right here. So what we need is this second part. Enable this is part 2. Part 1 is this. The image data will go into Atlas data. This class does not have any kind of GLFW, so we have to put it here. The merge class shouldn't need FT thinger. What we'll do is we'll use a local variable to generate the texture ID and then just push it or equal sign it onto it. Once it's loaded, texture will be equal to this main texture ID thing. And this, the merge width and height. So this merges the two images into one and loads it also as a texture onto system. And we need to do a new command Then we insert the images. Okay, image insert sprite PGN. What's wrong with this? Char. That was data on sign char. This is on sign char and channels. So this doesn't have a channels. Oh, it does have a channels. What's wrong with this? Well, let's try to compile it and see. Got lost somewhere, but whatever. Looks like there was some gnarly stupid errors. Yeah, it's like something got really... The visual effects class was undefined. Okay. We really don't need this anymore. Let's get rid of it. Yeah, and then this crap right here. Okay, what are we going to do about this? Instead of this, we should have we need it to be a pointer, so we could later allocate it. It's just doing it just like oldish other way. So if this is allocated, then we can change it. And we're going to need to change text method. Let me just like replicate this real quick. So if we press E or W just make it 222. So we keep following this. Let's make that thing happy. Oh, I really need to clean that up. It's just so messy. We want to put it after this one. We want to allocate it after font loads. We don't do any kind of GPU transfer, but the font loader still, like this has to be done. This merger, insert, font load. All right, when the font's loaded, full text 1 will equal to new. We'll put in the font we're going to use. Do we have to call anything else on it? I don't think so. We can't call update. Oh yeah, we have to push it to the GPU. Can we push the GPU right here? We loaded the shader. Okay, we have the VBO. We shouldn't call it because we don't have the texture yet. We could though. Anti-graphics new VRAM. This reserves shit. What if we call it before this? Let's just do add some quads. Let's do it after we add some. Well, it does this the new way. So let's try it here. It's either going to be here. It should be able to do both, but whatever. Maybe here. But the initial test. One, two, three, four. Why isn't this happy? Because it wants ints, and it's getting on signs. Is this the only reason? Might not be though. It's still not happening. Oh, that's why. It wants const char. Yeah, it does. Well, whatever. See what that does. This shit seems to be fine. What else do we need? There's some other things we need. Change text is really set text, but they could be different. Really what we could do is just wrap this for no reason right now. This should work if that works. Just do that. Problem is the update. Where the hell is the update? We don't have an update. All right, one way to do this. Just to write the update function real quick. check here. Don't want to do this. This has to be greater than. It could be 0 though. So that's not it. Just write garbage in there for a second. If it's uploaded to GPU, then we could update. I'm gonna need this thing, but it's stupid. But it's a good reference. Here's where we have to do. So this is added. Six. So we're counting by 6s. That's how many attributes there is. We need to actually use that attribute thing that we do have in the class. It is predefined somewhere. This. This would be more ideal. What the hell? We're in the wrong place here. But that's right though, anyway. Alright. What we need is the allocation number, or the index, where the main vertices are, plus vertices added, plus 0. So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it'll add that many vertices times the amount of attributes, which is also 6. Well, it'll be like 6, 12, whatever. So we don't skip over. Well, okay, so we add 4, and we add another bunch of them. So from like one line of code, we're going to generate 3. Get rid of this. Y position 0. Turn this into 1, 2, 3. So it'll skip over 36 every time because there's 6 of them and there's 6 attributes. Oh yeah, and then we need 3 more attributes here. And this will be 3, 4, 5. Why is vertex index not defined? Quad vertex. That's what it is. Make sure the ship does not get set by anything. So quad vertex. When you push, you need to set it because an update won't work. So you set it here. Oh shit. Did I write 2 of these functions? Oh, I fucked up bad. Okay. Oh, it's there. Good. Sure I didn't fuck this up. Yeah, it's easy to fuck this up. Funny. Alright, good. Could have screwed that up right there. So now I have like, what, 30 more? Vertices index, quad vertices index, same idea. Alright, so let's just copy paste this real quick. This will be 6, 7, 8. The Y changes. The UVs for 9, 10, 11. All right, cool. We got 2 vertices done, but we could recycle 2 of them, but we still need to change the index. Okay. Vertice number 2, number 0, and number 1 is done. The X position changes. The Y position is plus the height. That's 0. It's 12, 13, and 14. And then we need to do the UVs. If we get one of these wrong, it'll look all screwed up. And the type really can be a blank type too. So it'll change it to non-blank if it has text or something. We're gonna have to test the buggy functionality later. All right, so we're back to 0. So 0 looks like 0, but it's a different offset. So the offset starts at 18 now. Let's continue at 20. Okay, UVs. It's just really hard to go back and forth like that. So we'll just manually figure that out. 21, 22, 23. Okay, vertex 2 now. Vertex 2 is this one. We just need to get the offsets right. So 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, and 29. And we have 6 more to go, which is the other unique one. So we have to kind of like start over again. Because everything is one thing, a few things can be different. It's the other corner of the quad. This is 30. Oh, so easy to get this wrong. Okay. Do these for the last corner triangle thinger. These are 1, 1 type, 33, 34, and 36, which is 35. All right, so it should update. Not good now, because now we have this stupid thing to worry about. How are we going to do this? What we can do is copy paste this. I'm going to set everything to 0 anyway. K times what? Every time k increments, we need to increment by 36, or this. Damn it. So this should take care of that. It'd be easier for me to say 36 and just pass it in. No. Well, this is right. How do we do this part? Shit. All right, so this is the offset. It's the number of attributes. What is the variable? I. It's inside vertices added, isn't it? Because we could use I times 6 or vertices added. That vertices added. These two variables are really the same thing. Let's just fix this part for a second. Then it would be faster to just copy and paste a bunch. Just do this. Because it shouldn't, the shader should just discard them anyway. And I believe the CPU runs it faster if it's just linear like this anyway. And it's easier to like understand. Less math calculations. Just like it's like a little bit more performant, but not really noticeable. So 18, and I can get away with it right now. I still have the same result without having to resort to debugging later when the first runs, and have this already working by just massacring it. This is 36. It's like faster without thinking. Because we know it'll just fill the quad up. So this is for like one quad. Like 6 of these is for 1 point. But we need 6 of them because a quad has 6 points, right? Because there's 2 triangles. Each triangle has 3. It gets a little more complicated when there's like really funny shapes, I guess. You're gonna like write them like this again. Text. So beginning this, there's exceptions, I guess. All right, so we've done it. We created a. Apparently, there's a curly brace missing somewhere. It's very bad. Doesn't seem to be here. Oh. What the hell? Did I put this in the wrong place? I must have. Where did I put it then? Oh well, they always tell me. No, it's like right there. What the hell? Oh, misspell. Okay, an expression. Oh, okay, so we need passing the texture. So we're just constructing. Taking two images, putting them together. The image data merge class will give us a texture ID here. That's texture ID for both font and sprites. Now we are going to want to draw some sprites and some fonts or some text after this. So we might need a font drawer class, which I forgot to think about or something. Alright, so this is not a big deal. So just an int. That's for the future of calling AI and getting generated images to test them, like Workshop or something. Why is this still not happy? It must return a value? Really? Load texture. We have to check for OpenGL error here. So let's just do that. It's nice that we have it separated now. It's like load. Just load the code in C++. Check for texture upload update. Upload to GPU errors, please, and add return 0 for success and return -1 for failure. Code. Is this, oh yeah, it's using Pro, good. Okay. Just after gen textures, okay. After gen textures, we could have a failure. After, I hate this. Why would it be an infinite loop? Clear any existing OpenGL errors before we want to make the check. I don't like this because it doesn't display what the existing errors are. So let's actually do this. Okay, this is after bind texture. So we have to do take this crap. Might need to do while loop. But can we do this? Are we allowed to do that? Alright, let's just copy paste this part. So after we do the update to the GPU, if everything's successful, we set it. If not, we return before we set it. And then bind texture 0 at the end. Good practice. Okay, yeah. We want to practice. And we return 0. Okay, good. What we want to check. Tell me if I wrote this other while loop for error checking right. Comma code. Yeah, because I don't know. I read mythical books about C right now and C++. Get all into it. It might tell me the right thing. It could also lie, but I should be able to detect AI lying. Something like this. No, the while loop is not written correctly. It is subtle issue with operator precedence. Yeah, that's what I thought. The precedence, because is higher precedence than equal sign, it interprets it as it calls that first, which gives true or false, assigns bool, which becomes 1 or true or false, the new error 2 variable. So your printf will ever print error code 1, not the actual OpenGL code, which might be, okay, that makes sense, the correct way. Yeah, so syntactically, I got it wrong. It would have done weird stuff. And it's hard to debug that. So I hope that's right. That could still be wrong, but it looks kind of brighter. All right. Ooh. That's not it though. I changed the wrong thing. Whoops. It's bad that it clears it, but it's good that it shows it. So, whatever. All right, we just need some text on the screen now. Unresolved external symbol num vertex attributes. Oh, fuck. So this shit, it doesn't even exist. It should be set to 6. And we know it's 6. But when we do this predefined, fuck. Get video data. Get the slipper. Yeah, number of attributes. Is this the same variable name? No. Let's do this. This is like a super global. So it loads up our sprites. Damn it. Something went wrong. It should have displayed some text, I think. Alright, let's run it again. Why was there a little beeping sound? Right, that looks kind of right. Loads up the bytes, error, and sends static to GPU. Image channels must match merge texture 4. Image channels 1 must match merge texture 4. Okay, that might be a problem. Set text start, set text end. Set text class field. Okay, so we have some sort of merging problems. What you probably didn't. When did it do this? GPU 1 or GPU 2? There might be more than one of these functions. I have to label them. Okay. This makes those 10 quads. So it did it after the text got sent to it. What's the shader say? It'll just draw it, right? So I believe the text is on the red channel. Whatever. It should be 3,000, but 3,999 will work too. We have to make alpha red and this be just like this one. I always get black and white mixed up for whatever reason. Stupid ass thing. Okay, we still have problems obviously. It downloads the quads, so we can see. Did we upload to GPU, right? This is really what push the video end. X position, Y position. So we can see that. Like we should see these numbers in here. So I download off the GPU after I pushed up to it. So I could just be like, oh, I did it right. So if you check this image, we're still send static to GPU 2 error. It's probably not getting the right length. It's not adding to the render context, which I think I need to add to the main game. And I don't have it in that class. I deliberately ripped it out, I think. Whoops. Insert image channels. If image channels is not equal to the merged image channels. So when it generates the stupid texture, you're saying you can't. Alright, let's just see. It should be the font that's hitting this. When the font hits this, we have to tell it to use a different function, but it inserts the font. Yeah, the font hits this. The sprite already hit it and inserted something, I believe. Is the offset already different? Yeah, the current Y offset is merge channels 4. Why is the current Y offset that? I think we're going to get this error too. Oh no. Okay, let's try again. Stupid AI generated code. See if we covered. Alright, so now we have height and width. Insert image is way too big. So what do? We could set it to higher. The sprite generator should the sprite generator be this big? It is this big. Can we increase the merge texture size? I forget what the answer is. Max texture size dimensions on OpenGL ES 2.0 with bad device. It's like, I don't know if it's gonna oh wow, it's only 1024. Higher end OpenAL ES2. Maximum texture. Yeah, that's what I thought. This was a comment limit. Bad device, safe bet. Oh wow, it's even smaller. Damn it. So how do we pack this atlas more? Can we just set something in the atlas class? Would it work if we just But screw it. It should fit. Yeah, we need it to fit. That's one thing. If it doesn't fit, I believe it throws something. This is like a safer thing to start at. Alright, so we have part of it kind of fixed. But this is really the bottleneck. Image channel will fix eventually. What it should do, I'll just tell it again, is when it inserts font PGN, write a new insert function, and just rewrite this function to support one with 4-channel logic. Because here it's copying using memcopy, and we can't use memcopy, we have to avoid it. Yeah, insert custom generated PGN. I think that was already in there though. Insert custom generated, yeah, it was. Get name data. Insert font atlas 1-channel to 4-channel. New, okay. Insert image. After insert image. Okay, good. It wrote it kind of like the way I wanted it to. Click step 4. Just like it added this comment. Alright, so it wrote this. Then, should have wrote this. Another function here. Hopefully it did this right. We should font atlas value at alpha. Why did it put it on alpha instead of red? We could leave it on alpha. We could actually like set it to all of them. Yeah. Right. Alright, so we just basically need to pass it into this instead. Hopefully it works. Can't read this right now. It's got this interpret cast crap. Remove unused functions. No. Okay, let's go to the main. Insert. This one is going to be deprecated. Still have a big problem with the quads being generated wrong. Do we have an image writer? Yeah, we do. Alright, something went bad. Looks like it's loaded it right. Let's see what it's like, how it's making it. If def test merge image has to be right. Take the main image data. I need to include it too. We're allowed to kind of do this, I think. Do this. That way we can just get rid of this later. Uh-oh. I think it's SDBI. What is it? Really? I should have an implementation somewhere there. It's like a one-liner, really. Oh yeah, whoops. It didn't spit it out. Oh yeah, I have to do that. Whoops. Alright. Let's see if it wrote it right. I think specification must be a global scope. I believe it's because this include is in here. Can't do it in C++, but like that, because it tries to insert the code or something. Okay, crashes. Which is kind of good, kind of bad. Huh? I'm guessing it does it. What the hell is it doing? It's not overwriting the output file. What is a crash? Maybe it's doing something in front of something. That's the usual thing to happen. The channels 4. Insert this image. Then it's going to insert that image. Push it to VBO. Yeah, so it does the images. No, it pushes the VBO. Then it inserts the 4-channel image. Interesting. Alright, okay. Yeah, AI wrote some stupid code. 0, source raw pointer. Image data, source raw pointer, 204, image data. No. The source should be not that. It should be It probably got to the end and then stop. What's the height? Oh, it is the end. No, y is 0, x is 0. Kind of ghetto how it does it, but whatever. Atlas data. Oh, this is really bad. It's because of this free. We don't need to free Atlas data. Because if we do, we die. Later. Okay, this here. It might be good to even never free it, but whatever. Let's see if we just run it. Okay, we don't crash, so that was the issue. I can't believe it was that stupid crap, but I think there's some video error anyway. Alright, aerostatic set to GPU 2. Why? Like, what the hell? Because I'm trying to do this fancy allocation crap. Okay. Error 2. So when I do this, num allocated equals num vertices. This should be an addition, really. What should be done? All right, since GPU. But it sends the amount that this thing specifies, not the amount it has. How does it get error? It starts at 0. Something is stupid. Search whatever before this. First we need to just get rid of the error, which will probably be commenting this out. Oh, we still have this stupid GPU error. Why? Uh-oh. Because it's stupid. Why is text class still pushing to VBO? What does this get called? What the fuck? Alright. Okay. Reserved some stuff. 6 back. It's making quads. It's allocating more quads. And it's going to send it to GPU. Oh. Okay. The size is like really big. It does still work though. Very interesting. It gets an error, but it works. Why then? Like, what the hell changed from before? Alright, what error does it get? Oh yeah, this is the sprite map. Oh yeah, we need to write the merge texture map. What error did we get? 502, which is 12, whatever. Usually it's not setting the shit right. Vertex array buffer. Alright, send static. Some people like to put this in decibel, some people like to put it in hex. Some people have to put it in both. Okay, so it'll be like 12, this one. It'll just refresh my memory. Why the... I called something wrong. Then it's going to merge text. Did we ever call load texture? I believe not. This is probably the problem. We're never calling this function. We never call load texture on this G-global thinger. G-image merge data class. We send stuff to it. We get its texture ID. We send stuff to VBO. As soon as we do the one, and then two graphics to RAM. When should we load texture? We should load it right there before we even do this. Usually people do it around the time because if you merge it, load texture right here. Don't believe we do this. This is one of the problems. It's like, why is it not writing the texture? Oh, it's never loading it, so it never gets to write it. OpenGL error goes away. I'm going to be so happy. It should though. Okay, that's good. It showed us some other crap, and it was really weird, but it was wrong. Success. Image saved. Warning, clearing pre-existing error. Error code. Yeah, so we still got the error from some other crap. Damn it. I wonder what's causing that error code. I would have to code this from scratch, which is annoying because there's no way. What the fuck is causing that? Alright, so we have... Let's go look at the image. We need to make sure the image is right first. Fix one problem at a time. Okay, the image is crap. This is garbage. It's more garbage than I could have imagined. What the hell is this? It's supposed to look like this. Oh, it's because it was too big. Right, okay, this is 124 by 124. You could still put 124 by 124 inside a... Yeah, you should be able to fit this in here. Like, this should be enough space. And the other crap can go down here. And then later we could worry about optimizing more space, but just manually coding it. I'm getting stupid OpenGL error. It's not merging the image right. I have it merging the image kind of right on the other one. The way it wrote this code was really... Okay. Let's do this. Cheat again. Can we copy two files? Okay. It, like, we declared shit. I knew it should have been inside char. What the hell? What's wrong with me? Okay. See if I can insert image. Constant sun char. I don't think this is going to fix anything. This just requires critical thinking, not copy paste. Maybe I wrote the file wrong. That could be another issue. I'm doing this for nothing. Cool. Let's see if I wrote the file wrong. Alright, when I call this the stride. Alright, yeah, the stride was wrong. It should have been multiplied by this 4. That was the whole problem. And I made Grok rewrite this class for no reason, just for like 2 characters of code. Yeah. Alright, so we have our quad here with our texture. We don't see the font yet, unfortunately. But should have wrote it to the alpha. We should have saw it. We still got a stupid ass error clearing code. That error clearing code really annoys me. It's like, what is causing that? All right, so we wrote a texture corrector. We still have to sub-add this to the text class somehow. We have to tell the text field class, hey, you're offset by this and you're rescaled by this. Because in the other one, I had it so the text merges in the alpha channel on top of the other one. There it's a little different. Cool though. Now it's a little better. Alright. So what should we do? We should figure out why we're getting OpenGL errors. Okay, INIT the shader works, I guess. Code texture. NIT graphics new VRAM. So predefined VAO from CPU new, right? Damn it. Predefined. It'll allocate these 10 blocks and then this other block. It's quad sprite texture. But what is causing the error? Alright, so predefine new CPU. Does this happen before texture load? It happens before, after texture load, so this one should be fine. Texture load. So what in the crap can be causing this error? We don't do any OpenGL calls. Oh, okay, so we have set up text uniforms. Oh, when the while loops enters, it checks for an error code. Alright, so when we do load texture, I believe we need to do while. False reporting bullshit. Alright. So I believe the matrix has us with BS like this. Because what this does is like wrong. You have to intuitively know that, like, this is garbage. Since, like, it has to first do this, you can't do this and this at the same time. And yeah, that's why. So what did that do? Did we get OpenGL error? Like, we need to know if it did or not. Pre-existing error code 502. Do while warning. This is not gonna work. It's too much code. And it's stupid ass Flash. Damn it. It's that garbage in there. Loader. Whatever. Tell me to prove this. Maybe it's because I load the shader before I do that. I keep getting confused by this question, but it thinks I'm going to have two shader IDs, whatever. Generate initialize resources. You correctly attribute setup. View parallel needs to be once. So maybe we have to set this up. Alright, initialize vendor, link shader, then the resources, then the and then texture. That's all I really need to do. Okay, so do the like all this crap needs to go. shader should go first. It does go first. Shaders first, loads it. And we load some texture stuff. Load texture. So let's load the texture after we graphics initialize VRAM. Okay, this just initializes GPU RAM. I mean CPU RAM. Send static to CPU. Yes. Here. Redefine VAO from CPU new. This damn thing. So I think it needs to have this crap in there. Allocates this crap. I think it's missing the call. Where the hell is it generating the damn vertex thing? What is it doing? Gen vertex arrays. No. Does it twice? I don't know. Create alloc graphics 1. Create alloc part 2. Alright.
you